The groom's father took the mic at my daughter's wedding and called me a whore in front of 400 people. By the end of the night, police were leading him out while his secret son tried to run through the service hall. That was the moment his whole rich, untouchable image finally cracked. Mariah froze beside the cake. Ethan, her new husband, went pale. I was still holding the microphone when his father smiled at the room and said, "Let's all clap for the woman who raised a child alone but could never raise herself." Then he looked at me. Nice dress. Same trash. The room went dead. Fork stopped. Someone dropped a spoon. Nobody laughed twice. My ears rang. I could smell champagne and hot butter from the catering trays, and all I could think was, not here, not to her. Looking back, that was when I understood this wasn't just snobbery. It was personal. I stood up and said, "Do you even know who I am?" His smile vanished. He leaned close and whispered, "Say my old name, and I ruin your daughter's life." That's when I remembered him. Years before Mariah was born, I worked at a hotel in another city. He wasn't Whitmore then. He was Gerald Crane, a smug bully who liked humiliating staff and lying when women pushed back. When I refused to play nice, he tried to get me fired for theft. I proved he lied. He hated me for it. By the time Mariah met Ethan in college, I'd built a life out of 2 jobs and pure stubbornness. Ethan was decent. His father never was. At the first family dinner, he asked where Mariah's father was and said, "Hard work is admirable, but it doesn't replace a proper family." After that, he kept cutting at her in neat little slices. Publicly polite, privately cruel. Then Mariah got engaged, and he invited me to lunch. He slid an envelope across the table and said, "Convince her to leave my son." I left the money sitting there and told him, "My daughter is not for sale." He stared at me and said, "You really don't remember me, do you?" After that, wedding vendors started getting fake cancellation calls. The florist, the cake shop, even the venue. I kept wondering how far this man would go just to stay in control. I got my answer at the reception. After the speech, I didn't explode. I hugged Mariah and told her, "Keep smiling for now. I've got this." Ethan followed me into the hallway looking sick. He admitted his father had threatened to cut him off and wreck his career if he married her. Silence, I realized, was the family tradition. Then my phone buzzed. Unknown number. A photo of Mariah from across the room. "Keep quiet or she pays." A second later, I saw the wedding planner take cash from a man in a dark suit and sneak a little recording box from under the gift table. Ethan and I followed her into the service hall. She handed the box to a man in the shadows, and Ethan whispered, "Brother?" That was Lucas. Same eyes as Ethan. Meaner smile. He said their father had hidden him for years and promised him a cut of Ethan's grandfather's trust if he helped kill the marriage fast. They had fake audio ready, annulment papers ready, and one more surprise. Then Lucas opened a staff room door and showed us Mariah's maid of honor tied on the floor beside Mariah's stolen purse. For 1 second, all I heard was the kitchen fan. I couldn't tell if Lucas wanted money more or revenge more. Then I shouted, "Security!" Lucas grabbed for the bag. I grabbed it first. He yanked my wrist. The strap cut into my fingers. He hissed, "You're just an old woman." I said, "And you picked the wrong one." Security came running. A server called police. We found Mariah locked in a linen closet after Lucas lured her there with a fake text from my phone. Ethan dropped to his knees when we got her out. Looking back, that was the first time I saw him stop being his father's son and start being my daughter's husband. By then, guests were pouring into the hallway with phones out. Whitmore started shouting that I was the real problem, that I knew who he used to be. He thought he could make me look like the scandal instead of the victim. Classic coward move. So I looked at the officer, not him, and said, "His name used to be Gerald Crane." Everything shifted. The planner confirmed the threats. The servers confirmed the blackmail. The bridesmaid showed the marks on her wrist. Ethan confirmed the trust. Then Lucas panicked and pointed at his father. He told me to do it. He said the wife had to go. That one sentence blew the whole thing open. Police detained both of them right there, while half the guest list recorded it. Months later, the legal mess proved the trust was real, the marriage held, and Ethan cut himself loose for good. Mariah and Ethan rebuilt slowly, honestly, without his father's money hanging over them. He tried to shame me with a microphone. Instead, he handed me a stage.